In the last 50 years, the human population has more than doubled. By 2050, there will be at least 9 billion people on the planet. The world's farmers are already more productive than ever before, with about half of the food we eat today produced through the use of fertilizers. Yet over the next 50 years, they will need to produce more food than has been grown in the last 10,000 years combined. Most of this additional food will have to come from increasing production on existing farmland. And we can only make this possible if we support farmers to continually improve the way they farm. That means higher crop yields, better incomes, and more sustainable land, air, and water management. And fertilizers continue to be a major part of the solution to make this happen. Fertilizers are food for plants. They help farmers feed our growing population. Fertilizers replenish essential nutrients in the soil after each harvest, naturally occurring nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that are also found to a lesser extent in manure and compost. Fertilizers enable farmers all around the world, both large and small, to grow more on their land and provide food and nutrition for all. In fact, fertilizers are responsible for about half of the world's food supply. Using fertilizers responsibly, efficiently, and sustainably helps to maintain soil fertility, increase food production, improve farmers' livelihoods, and safeguard natural habitats and forests from being converted into farmland, helping to preserve biodiversity and tackle climate change. Supporting sustainable agriculture means keeping farmers informed, providing training, and giving them as many choices as possible. Every farm and field is unique, but fertilizers of various types keep soils healthy and fertile and productivity high. This means using the right source of fertilizer, at the right rate, at the right time, and in the right place, so that soils and plants get the exact nutrients they need cost-effectively, while reducing farming's environmental impact. Fertile soils are essential, so are other practices, such as crop rotation, water management, and reduced tillage. Much work has already been done. Food grown with fertilizers is nourishing billions of people and helping improve their diets every year. But there is still more work to do. The fertilizer industry is working to reduce its environmental footprint. And we will partner even more with farmers, environmental leaders, agronomists, scientists, and governments to share knowledge, develop further innovations, and improve farmers' access to markets, both locally and globally. With the right policy support, we can continue working together to lay the roots for growth.
By the end of this video, you should be able to describe how plant hormones coordinate and control growth. You should then be able to describe how plant hormones can be used as weed killers and rooting hormones. In this video, we're looking at how plants use hormones to respond to their environment. Here are two good examples. Plant shoots grow towards light and against the direction of gravity. On the other hand, plant roots grow towards moisture and towards gravity. Plant growth is controlled by hormones, and one of these hormones is called auxin. Auxin controls phototropism, which is when plants respond to light, and also gravitropism, which is when plants respond to gravity. I should point out that gravitropism is also called geotropism. Let's start by looking at how plant hormones allow shoots to grow towards the light. So here are some shoots, and we're shining light from one side only. As we've seen, the shoots grow towards the light. So the question is a plant hormone involved? Scientists carried out a number of experiments to investigate this, so let's take a look at some of them. These have appeared in exam questions. First, scientists removed the very tips of the shoots like this. They found that the shoots did not grow towards the light. Scientists suggested that the tips produce a hormone, and we now call this auxin. The scientists then covered the very tips of the shoots with foil to block out the light like this. Again, the shoots did not grow towards the light. This tells us that the tips are sensitive to light. So here's how we think that shoots use hormones to grow towards the light. The hormone auxin is produced at the very tip of the shoot, and in shoots, auxin triggers cell growth. The tip is sensitive to light. Light causes auxin to concentrate on the darker side. Auxin spreads down the shoot and causes cells on the darker side to grow faster than cells on the lighter side. This causes the shoot to grow towards the light like this. Now, we've already seen that roots grow towards the force of gravity. This is called gravitropism, and this also involves auxin. Auxin is produced in the root, but gravity causes the auxin to concentrate on the lower side. Now, the key fact is that in roots, auxin inhibits cell growth, so the lower side now grows more slowly than the top side. This causes the roots to grow towards the force of gravity. Plant hormones have got two important uses. Firstly, they're used as weed killers, and secondly, they're used as rooting hormones when we take cuttings of plants like this. Okay, so hopefully now you can describe how plant hormones coordinate and control growth, and then go on to describe how plant hormones can be used as weed killers and rooting hormones.